Our next technique is called crossing the sun. This is for an overhead club attack. Now this is going to combine an X block, which is a new block, along with crossing talon. So what you have is an overhead club attack. As the club comes at you, you're going to get out of the point of contact with your X block. Now with this X block, you don't want to stay there. You want to immediately block and grab and break. So there shouldn't be a hesitation here. We want to block, step in and break, and then from here we go right into crossing talon, or the ending of it, that is. So we're going to step left to the 1030 position with our X block. We're going to immediately counter grab, step left to about the 230 position and break the arm, roll them over, and forward leg reap. Again, block, step in and break, roll them over, forward leg reap. Okay? From this angle, X block, step in and break, roll them over, forward leg reap. Okay, from here, X block, immediately grab and break, roll them over, and forward leg reap. One more time from straight on. Now when you do the block and you go to the break, now from here you may have to make an adjustment step depending on how they move. So if you need to adjust accordingly. Line up for a leg reap, which is basically a back kick between the legs, and you're going to catch the thigh muscle of your leg to do the leg reap with. Okay, again, block, break, reap. Okay, the B version on crossing the sun is the same as crossing talon B. We're going to throw them. So we're going to step in and grab, X block, break, and throw. Okay, again, so we step left to 1030, step left to 230 as we break, and then your right foot's going to adjust slightly to about the 9 o'clock position as we throw the opponent. Again, X block, and immediately, don't just stand here with the block like this. Block and grab. So block and pull that arm away, break, and pull. So that's crossing the sun B. Again, X block, break, adjust, and pull. From this angle here, block, break, and pull, and throw them into the wall, car, another opponent, whatever you have. That's why you're using B, is because you don't have the time to do the rest of it because you have another opponent coming or you don't have the room. So again on B, block, break, and throw. The last one is the C version. From here, we're going to X block, and then from here, we're just going to strike the eyes. You're just going to pull them in and strike. Then our left foot's going to step to 230, then we're going to step back right to 230 with an outside whip block. Okay? So it's just like an outside wrist lock, but you just whip it. This gives them extended, and it either breaks the wrist or makes them jump. Again, on the C version, X block, eye strike immediately. Left to 230, right to 230, as we do the lock. Now the lock will go into a lot more detail when we have an opponent so you can see it better. But for now, focus on the footwork and just what your body's doing. So X block, eye strike, left to 130 or 230, right, back to that same direction. Okay, from this angle. X block, strike the eye, just pull and strike. Then step, step, and lock. And that's crossing the sun. A, B, and C. Now let's look at it with an opponent. Okay, our next technique is crossing the sun. As I explained before, this is for an overhead club attack. So as Lee comes in with the overhead club attack, we're going to use our X block. Now, as I explained, we don't want to stay here. This is not something we're going to sit here and block just like this with the stick right on top of us because it'll just hit us. We want to get out of the point of contact as we use the block. This is a transitional block. In other words, we're not going to leave it here like we would maybe an upwards or an outwards. We're going to block, grab, and immediately pull that arm away as we step forward for the break. And then from here we go right into crossing talon, which you should already know, followed by a leg reap for the takedown. So again, let's do it from here. So the overhead club, X block, step in, break. Just like crossing talon, just back kick that leg out and take your opponent down. And then if you want, you can either take the stick away or go into one of your jiu-jitsu endings. One more time on A. 1, 2. Crossing talon you should already know, so I shouldn't need to explain to you. If you need to, go back to the beginning of the video. It's the second technique you can go over. And then do your leg reap for the takedown. Try to hang on to the hand if you can. Now, like on crossing talon B, crossing the sun's the same way. They throw their overhead club attack. We come in, we break, and we throw. No difference. The only thing we're going to add is the opening to this to make it different. So crossing the sun again. 1, step in and break and dancer back and throw your opponent. Again on B. 1, step and throw. The C that X block very long. It's just a temporary transitional block. So as the overhead club attack comes at you, we're going to get out of the point of contact, do our X block, right on the bottom, left on top. Left is going to counter grab as the right pulls to an inward block position, break the arm, then we go right into crossing talon from there. Again, crossing the sun A. 1, step in and break, pull, elbow, elbow. If you need to review crossing talon, go back to that part of the video and take a look. Okay, again, X block, break, pull them in, elbow, elbow. Now from different angle on A. X block, break, pull, elbow the face, elbow the back. Remember, left is on top. So 1, we're stepping to about the 10-30, 11-30 position. Then we step forward with a small adjustment step. You can break through the arm, pull them, elbow, and elbow the spine. Again, crossing the sun D. 1, 2, 3, 4 moves. From a different angle. X block. Step in and break. Pull them in, elbow, elbow the spine. Just like crossing talon. So we come in 1, 2, pull, pull. Now the B version, same as twisting, crossing talon B. We're going to come in with our X block. We're going to break, pull, elbow, elbow. So we've got the dancer step in there now.